wouldn't say that I recommend shooting an arrow this low, but I do want to try it, see how fast I can get it. A few days ago, I was at the archery shop talking to buddies of mine, talking about getting a very light arrow that could go kind of fast for hunting antelope. And it was presented to me that the lowest weight you can go to in Idaho is 300 grains. And I asked them, what's the way that I could get the closest to that possible to get the most speed out of my bow for antelope hunting? The idea is that I'm planning on shooting a mechanical, being able to shoot as far as possible. Obviously, the situation will tell me what is ethical or not. But they recommended these Victory Archery RIP Extreme Velocities. They told me that they had a bucket outside of discount arrows that were basically completely fine arrows, but people either had them cut, fletched, bought them and didn't pick them up, that sort of thing. And they were in a discount bin. So these are all $5 arrows, less the components, which I had to buy separate. But $5 arrows. I was able to get, I think, 6 of these gamers and then 6 of the elite extreme velocities. And the only difference between those is the elites are V1, which means 0.001 tolerance or 0.01 tolerance, while the gamers are 0.003 tolerance. So the gamers will be pretty much a summer shooting arrow, and then I will actually set up the elite version for broadheads. So we're gonna go ahead. I built 4 of these just to try them out since they were so cheap. And total weight, we'll go here real quick. Total weight, I was able to get down to 297 with the standard knock. Now I am gonna shoot lighted knocks with these. Let me grab one of those real quick. And with our lighted knock, should be just over 300. Oop, come on. With our lighted knock, we are at 311. So that's pretty dang good. I do plan on hunting with lighted knocks. I'm going to do a video later on setting up my sight tape. I'm going to test 3 different mechanicals to see what shoots the best out to 100 yards. And then that's going to be my arrow for antelope. So stay tuned for that. That'll be a separate video. Today we're going to get these arrows built, and we may get a speed so that we can start our sight tape. For now, we're just going to build the arrows with the standard knocks in them. Those are 296 grains, which is on the edge of being safe. I'm shooting a 55-pound bow, 26.5-inch draw length. So, when you're going as light as you can possibly go, shoot at your own risk. But we're going to give it a go. So we have 100 grain points. We have our 16 grain inserts. Our knocks weigh approximately, holy cow. Our knocks weigh approximately 6.6 grains, and then our arrow shaft, I'd have to tell you later. But like I said, these came out of the discount bin, so as you can tell, they're all different lengths. They got different fletching on them. Some of them have points in them, some of them don't. So the first thing we're going to do is kind of disassemble these arrows, take the vanes off, take the points out, and then we're going to get these cut. And then we'll start fletching, putting our new knocks in. We're going to put a new knock in all of them just to be safe. And then our inserts and points for the summertime. And like I said, we'll clock in broadheads whenever it is closer to antelope season. So let's go ahead and get these disassembled and get them cut. And then we'll start actually building them. For disassembly purposes, I'm going to take out all the knocks. The reason being, I want to cut carbon to carbon since I've already built 4 of these. And I think that will be the easiest way to make sure that I'm getting the same length when I cut them, so that they're all the same as the 4 that I've already built. We're just going to cut all these vanes off real quick using a knife, trying not to cut the carbon or cut any nicks into it. So a kind of dullish knife, probably the best option. So I'm going to get the rest of these cut, and I'll come back as soon as I get all the veins off here. All right, so I've got 3 of those cut. That took longer than I thought, so we're just going to build these 3 on camera, and then the rest I'm going to build in my free time here. But once they're cut, I don't hate the idea of wiping them down real quick with an alcohol prep pad, just because there might be some residue and stuff on there that makes the veins not stick well. We'll also do it again after we cut them, but we're cutting off of the point end, so I'm not that worried about it. What we're going to do now is we're going to take an arrow that we've already built, pull the knock out of it. Probably a better way to do that, but so be it. And we're going to line it up so that we cut these the same length. All right, now because I have OCD, the gamers, they're all going to get a green knock. And the elites are all going to get a yellow knock. And these are spine aligned. You can see that here. So we're going to align our knocks with all of those. And we're just going to trust that these are spine aligned as they say. So that right there is pretty perfect. All right. What I'm going to do, because I am going to hot melt these, is I'm going to put the point all the way in the insert, like so, for all 3 of these before I glue them in. These are the hardened stainless steel points from Podium Archer. They're just the easiest to get. I have noticed that in these arrows, sometimes you have to get rid of the O-ring, otherwise it doesn't seat well, so I'm going to get rid of all these O-rings. Since I'm going to hot melt these in, I don't need them to keep the point from coming out. All right, so we got the O-ring off. We're going to get our blowtorch here, and I'm going to stand up. Get this thing going. Just get a little bit of heat going. Nothing crazy. Just enough to melt some glue on there. I like to go crossways just so that I'm getting equal burnage through my thing of glue, my little tub of glue here. I did forget to mention, once you're done with all your glue-ins, you can just kind of roll off the excess glue, just because you don't need that on there. But if you just kind of roll it back and forth, you can kind of get it all in one blob like so, and you just want to get rid of all those. What I'm going to do now is re-clean the back of these since we've touched them, played with them, we've been working with them. So I'm going to clean the back of it before I get ready to fletch it. What I'm using for fletching today is this October Mountain Products right-handed easy fletch. This thing I have found to be very nice to use. What I'm using for veins is these little air razors. They were recommended to me by the archery shop. The claim is that these little, 1.5 inch veins can steer a mechanical. We're going to take them up on that claim, and we're going to give it a shot and see what we can do. Like I said, I'll show you from a different view, but we are going to put our top fletch along the spine aligned mark on these arrows. We're using a pretty straight fletch. What is that? A 1 helical to the right with our right jig. We're going to align our fletching to the back. And I like this AEE Max Bond. This works really well for me. So I can get it off here and just put a nice bead on there. Then put it in our clamp. Run it back and down, making sure our arrow's all the way back. Just like so. Give it good pressure, leave it for a second. I like to open the clamp, come straight up on the magnet, and then push the arrow off because I'm an idiot. That's not what I meant to do. All right, and then we're just going to index and do the rest of these. We'll finish this arrow on camera, and then we'll do the rest really quickly. Make sure the arrow's all the way back, put it on the clamp, run it to the back, press down. Give it a second. Then we're going to unclamp, come up, roll over, index, and do it again. I like this jig a lot. It's pretty quick. I think it is very consistent, and it's very easy to clean compared to some of the Arizona Easy Fletch, which I've used in the past, which are hateful to clean. Even though they do a great helical, I just really hate working with them. So this has been a great jig. I plan on using this for pretty much everything going forward. You can change the helical and the offset, so super easy to use. And that there is a completed arrow of the Elite version. We've got 2 more gamers and 8 more Elites to do. Tomorrow we'll get a speed. We'll start making our tape, and then we'll pick up our 3 different sets of broadheads, start doing some shooting, and determine what broadhead is the best of the 3 for these Antelope arrows. Top pin. Beckham's trying to shoot my bow. I think it fits him well. Perfect. Thank you. I really greatly appreciate you watching. If you would, please like, comment, and subscribe. Our goal for this year is to get to 1,000 subscribers. We have some great content coming out with our Break 20 series, as well as antelope hunting, deer hunting, elk hunting, and a whole bunch of other videos coming this year. So appreciate you watching. God bless, and I'll catch you on the next one.